Welcome to Roaring River State Park, Cassville, Missouri. Thomas Salmon, a wealthy businessman from St. Louis, tried to persuade the state's Game and Fish Commission to buy the property. When this was unsuccessful because of lack of funds, he purchased 1,400 acres of land surrounding Roaring River Spring and turned it over to the state. Roaring River State Park was born. Roaring River State Park is unique on so many levels. With a deep, narrow valley surrounded by a striking and rugged landscape, Roaring River State Park is one of Missouri's most popular state parks. Located in the southwest Ozark Hills, Roaring River State Park is one of 3 state parks stocked with rainbow trout. Eager anglers flock to the park year-round to try and catch their lunker trout. At Roaring River, anglers may anticipate excellent rainbow and brown trout fishing due to the river's small population of brown trout. There are 3 zones in the park. From the hatchery to the mouth of Dry Hollow Creek, Zone 1 is restricted to using flies, artificial lures, and soft plastic bait scented or unscented. Zone 2 is restricted to using flies only and extends from the mouth of Dry Hollow Creek to the posted sign upstream from the old dam in Campground 3. Zone 3 is restricted to using flies, artificial lures, soft plastic bait, and natural or scented bait, and it starts from the posted sign upstream from the old dam to the park boundary. The scenic setting makes everything more fun. The park has 7 hiking trails, picnic tables for a leisurely lunch, and a nature center to learn about the park. For those wanting to spend the night, the park has many options. The campground has basic and electric sites, as well as one sewer, electric, water site. Rustic cabins are scattered throughout the park, and guests may also choose a modern room at the CCC Lodge or the Emery Melton Inn and Conference Center. The Emery Melton Inn also boasts a full-service restaurant. Traveling from the campground to the top of the ridge, then back down again, hikers along this trail will discover a variety of different habitats and features typically found in the Ozarks. Dry hardwood forests, moist limestone and dolomite glades, tall bluffs, north and south-facing hillsides, rock outcroppings, karst topography, and Ozark streams. Built by the CCC, this short trail leads to a boardwalk and overlook above the spring and hatchery. A short, 0.2 of a mile long hike, access points to the trail can either be found at the waterfall or along the sidewalk leading to the spring. From the overlook, you can see an old water wheel axle in the spring, believed to be from one of the early mills in the mid-19th century. The longest in the park, the Fire Tower Trail covers 3.5 miles of varying terrain, including hardwood forests, rugged hill climbs, and open glades with rocky outcrops. Leaving from the Nature Center trailhead, the halfway point is marked by a metal, 2-story lookout, built by the CCC during the 1930s as an observation platform. It is in excellent condition and can be climbed for a nice vantage point of the surrounding Ozarks forest. This trail is great for photographers and bird watchers alike. Following Roaring River, this trail will take hikers from the CCC Lodge to Campground 3 and vice versa. Wildflowers are abundant along this trail in the spring. The hike is short, but you do have to cross Highway F to get from the lodge to the campground. Use caution. Following along the river for the first part of the journey, this trail will eventually lead hikers to one of the highest points in the park. Lilac bushes and yucca plants growing along a ridge along the trail mark the site of an old homestead. Leading hikers through a dry mesic forest, this trail passes by an old homestead site and near the spring house that was used to keep food and dairy products cool, using the natural cooling temp of the spring water that flowed from the rock. The character of the park today is influenced not only by the landscape but also by the hands of civilian conservation corps and Works Progress Administration workers, who helped develop the park in the 1930s. The CCC and WPA built structures such as picnic shelters, the fish hatchery, trails and cabins, many of which are still in use today. Camp Smoky, which was built the CCC, today serves as the park's group camp. A bronze statue of a CCC worker stands in the park today, a tribute to the contributions made by these young workers. Magnificent Roaring River Spring. Every day, 20 to 26 million gallons of water, that is 57 degrees Fahrenheit, emerge from a gorge that resembles a canyon. A calm, never-ending cascade is created when a smaller spring at the top of the limestone cliff empties into the chasm. The spring, which is only 10 feet across, has been investigated down to 472 feet, and there is no end in sight. It looks like you could kayak into the gap, which turns to darkness at the rear. Beyond the spring entrance is an air-filled chamber known as the gigantic dome room that is accessible to divers. Mills have been using the force of the spring since the 1830s. A rainbow troutfish hatchery was fed spring waters after the year 2000. You can see trout swimming in clear waterways. In the state of Missouri, it is the oldest fish hatchery. Dive into adventure at Roaring River State Park. Explore nature, hike, fish, and witness a fish hatchery, an aquatic escape in Missouri.